A new staff member at Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America joins us today, Katie Glenn, the group's new state policy director. Katie has worked for many years as government affairs counsel at the powerhouse pro-life group, Americans United for Life. She has a law degree from the University of Florida. Katie has been admitted to the bars of Iowa and the District of Columbia and has dedicated her career to advancing policies that protect unborn babies in states all over the country. And Katie joins me now in studio to talk more about her new role with Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America. Katie, thanks so much for being here.
It's great to be back with you.
Yeah. So we spoke with Marjorie Dannenfelser last week about how a big part of SBA's expansion is going to be in the states. And as their new state policy director, I'm sure you can share a lot of details about that.
Yeah, I know one of the things Marjorie's been saying is that we used to fight a one-front war, and we are now a 51-front war. So that's really our goal here with SBA Pro-Life America. Even the name, we are not looking at this as a congressional issue or a DC issue. This is about everyone in America and the millions of pro-lifers around this country who haven't always felt heard.
Absolutely. And tell me about the work that you did at Americans United for Life and how that really prepared you for this moment that we're about to see, hopefully a post-Roe world.
So when I was tallying up the numbers, I realized I testified in 17 different states.
Wow.
Over 3 years with AUL, and so it was great practice for what we're going to do in spades. And I think one of the things I really love doing is training other people how to communicate with lawmakers.
Sure.
So we are going to not just be the best at that within SBA, but also help others feel comfortable reaching out to their lawmakers, encouraging people in their community, whether it's doctors or other lawyers. Anybody has a voice in this, and we want all of them to get out there and make their voice heard.
Right. And, we know that people in the states, they're not waiting for Roe versus Wade to be overturned. They're already passing pro-life laws. So based on the layout of those laws, what are some states that should be looked to as models for advancing policies that protect babies?
Well, there are a couple of states that are going to be on the ballot right away. Kansas has a special election on their ballot in August, actually, to put a right to life into the Kansas Constitution. So we'll be looking at that very closely. Kentucky passed a huge omnibus bill. I got to go to Frankfurt and help out with that last year. But they also have life on the ballot. So those are some of the states that will get the first chance at this. I know there are a few others that are looking at special sessions.
Sure.
Indiana, a lot of their lawmakers have been in the press, I think, trying to urge their governor into this. So we'll see a lot this fall, but then even more in January. We're going to hopefully have a lot of new freshmen coming in.
Right.
They're going to be fired up. They're going to have had door knockers walking the streets for them, encouraging their pro-life neighbors to get out and vote. And so we'll want to work with them in January to go even further.
Sure. Well, we'll certainly be keeping in touch with you about all of those states. And, Katie, we talk a lot on this show about the importance of advancing public opinion on abortion in order to change the culture. But can you speak to how having laws on the books is also such an important aspect of advancing a culture of life?
Well, one of the things we do with pro-life laws is we tell people what Roe v. Wade actually does.
Sure.
What abortion really is. This is an opportunity to communicate that. I live in Florida, where we passed a 15-week gestation law this year. A lot of people in our state don't even know that we had abortions past 15 weeks. So to educate them so that they say, wait, I don't want that. I don't want a 6-month-old baby to be aborted here in Florida. That's not what we're about. Maybe 15 weeks, is a little bit more where my values are, but maybe it's not. Maybe I actually need to say, I want to go further. So I think it's a great way to educate the public and to get people thinking about this, because we know that, while some polls will say things like 70% of Americans want to keep Roe v. Wade, that same 70% of Americans is very comfortable with the Mississippi law at 15 weeks gestation, or even moving further towards conception than that. So, there's a clear disconnect. People don't know what Roe means.
Right.
And when they find out, they say, I'm not for that.
Yes. Well, you are clearly very knowledgeable on this issue and a great asset in addition to the SBA team. Thank you so much for joining us, Katie Glenn.
Thanks.